Hi, and welcome to Earth Angel Activities, where I'll be doing a reading for you all today. If you need to get in contact with me, my information is in the description box. I'm going to start with a prayer, and then we will hop right into the reading. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Most High God. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father. Thank you to our angels, ancestors, and spirit team. Thank you so much for the viewer, the one who is watching. Thank you for allowing these messages to be exactly what they need in exactly the right time. In your name, we thank you for clarity, peace, love, prosperity, abundance, all those things in your name. We thank you so much. So it is. Ashe. Clean slate, I'm hearing. Clean slate. Some of you have been doing really well with your spiritual work. Self-reflecting, catching yourself in the moment, not beating up on yourself, really focusing upon your strengths. And it's been intentional. And that energy, the energy of doing that is turning the wheels of fortune in your favor. Because even in spite of the heartbreak, in spite of the loss, there has been this tenacity where you have been intentionally focusing on the energy of thankfulness. You have really been deepening your connection with the Most High God. This is really deep spiritual energy. You are definitely a tarot reader, or you have dreams that are prophetic, or you always have a good word. It's something about you, like you have spiritual gifts, but your spiritual gifts are not traditional. Like you could have a spiritual gift of cooking food to make people heal, or you make plants grow, or you can make babies stop crying. It's something about you. It's just so beautiful, almost poetic. And I'm also seeing that you've also had some times in your life before you became fully conscious of your decisions, and that there has been this looking back energy where your shadow work needs to take a balanced turn, okay? Because it comes a point where, yes, you acknowledge the things that you have done, right? But then there comes this space where you have to actually let it go. Forgive yourself. Actually let it go. And it's so funny that the last message was about forgiving others, and now this one is truly about forgiving things of the past, letting things go, actually forgiving yourself, and using those moments as a space as a barometer. How did you feel then? Do you want to feel that way now? Look at this. The 6 of Coins with the Sun. Oh, and the Queen of Wands. This, I'm telling you, the things of the past that have been plaguing you, or at least trying to play games with you, you have been handling them so well, and your spirit team has taken note of this, and they are telling you that the wheels are turning, things are turning. The sun, and I'm hearing turn on the sunshine, let the sunshine. This is beautiful because you have the reason why your choices in the past have been bothering you the way that they do is because you are actually a good person. You care about people, and you've awakened, and your spirit team is telling you don't dwell there too long because you have more awakenings to come, especially if you've been hearing ringing in your ears, or you've been dealing with like stomach upset or stomach cramps, or I'm really getting this energy around the stomach. And I'm also feeling like pulsations in the lower area, like the legs, the bottom of the feet, the soles of the feet. Important to pay attention to your path, where you're walking in the physical world, who you're walking with. Pay attention to your surroundings, and also to get moving. Movement is a big thing now too. actual physical movement, because the physical movement is going to help dissipate these memories or these thoughts, these ideas, because honestly, those situations, you had to deal with them like all other things in order to make you a better person in the long run, because a more conscious person is a better person. Let's be real, because when we're conscious, we can hold space for our brothers and sisters. When you think about things on an energetic level, like even down to a electronic level, protons, atoms, like an atomic level, right? And when you think about it like that, where we're sharing space, where electrons and all that, I won't even get into it. I won't bore you. But either way, you know, when things want to bond, they have to make some adjustments. Sometimes they have to rearrange some things, you know. One might have to give a little more than the other, right? If you want to bond, if you want to come together, if you want to unite, you know. And there's this energy around that idea of, for me anyway, of holding space for one another. Because sometimes energetically we can give a little more, sometimes we can give a little less. But if one person can fly above the situation and see from a more aerial view and see the situation through the energy of love and understanding, and make sure that they're using compassion before they react, you know, we don't want to just be out here reacting. We want to respond with authority. Okay, we want to make sure that whatever we say, especially in those moments of heightened energy, we want to make sure that they are of love. Because remember, in those moments where we can physically feel the pain, you know, they're an uncomfortable moment, someone's feathers have been ruffled, anger is on the table. We have to remember that that's a sign of soul pain. And pain is a teacher. Pain helps you remember. You know, it's difficult to forget the things that happen that cause you pain. And that's because pain is designed to help keep us alive, keep us safe, keep us from doing things that could potentially harm us, right? So when someone else's soul is crying out, you have to be able to understand that and see beyond whatever it is that they have coming out of their mouth. And really hold space and understand, I'm gonna walk away from this situation because it'll do the situation a whole lot better. It'll be able to heal a whole lot faster if I don't cuss them out, you know. But knowing how to set healthy boundaries with that energy, and it is tricky to do, but you got it. Because look, you the King of Swords. You're the King of Swords. You put out fires. You know, you are great with understanding people, and that's probably why you get so irritated with people or with certain situations, because you understand on an energetic level, you're like a spiritually inclined person. You have a gift where you can understand people's feelings, thoughts, emotions, whether they say them or not, you know. But you're not always right now, okay? So you can't just assume, but you can feel, especially if you're an empath, you can feel when something's off. And sometimes people don't like to know that you know, but sometimes they know that you know, and it's enough to allow certain energies to just dissipate, knowing that they know that you know, you know. The Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles is pointing at more prosperity. This wheel of fortune that is turning because you have been so focused on gratitude through all of this. Let's see. What gifts of the spirit are coming from this? Because I'm just seeing so much optimism. It's been a storm. Yes, it's been a storm around you. Yes, it's been like a balancing beam, trying to stay balanced on a balancing beam. And you've been succeeding. When you do have moments where you might slip or wobble a little, you get right back to it. Look, take the lead. You are a spiritual leader. This is part of your gifting. This is part of your gifting. Nurture with the Empress, and balance. We have so much major arcana here. Another major arcana with the Magician. You're manifesting things. You're bringing things into light, bringing things into being. Remember the solar plexus. Big energy around the solar plexus there. And you have to remember that the solar plexus has a lot to do with thinking. There is a connection there between your solar plexus and thinking. And also, the solar plexus is the home of the digestive system. So you have to think about how the gut is known as the second brain. Or, in my opinion, sometimes the first brain, because it's always thinking, especially if you're eating. And so sometimes things that are in your gut, and I'm hearing microbiome when I'm looking at this fears card, that sometimes some of the things that you could be consuming, food especially, but all over across the board, what you're watching, what you're listening to, the people that you're hanging out with, of course, we all know that we have to be mindful, but are you? You know, what has been coming out of you lately? What beliefs, what new beliefs do you have? How do they compare to your beliefs a year ago? You know, what is contributing to this fearful energy? What has brought that up for you? You know, there is some serious shadow work around that needs to be done. What has really brought these fears up for you? Okay. Seek the truth with it. Okay. This is the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Seek the truth. You're being encouraged to do that shadow work. You know, I'm hearing you need to write this down. Especially if you have been dealing with worry, okay? Especially that you need to write this down, because you also have been, crown chakra again. Oh, look at all that. You also have been looking towards ways to stay optimistic, but it's been like something kind of like, you know, trying to distract you. Trying to distract you with these fears here. You're being encouraged to keep balance. What is your advice for them to keep balance? How do they maintain this balance, God? How do they maintain this balance? Embrace your life purpose. And she's sitting there writing. She's got a cat and a butterfly with her. It says, I am guiding you towards your divine life's purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. And that's why, embrace your life purpose with a number 12, and then look, a number 34, trust in divine purpose. Embrace your life purpose and trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Claim that, okay? Claim that. Know that you are on a path of growth. You guys, they don't want you to allow this distraction to take you off your divine and rightful path, because you're bringing the sunshine in. The changes that you are incorporating, be them as little as they may be or as big and mighty as they may be, things are actually working. Things are actually changing. Your spirit team is so happy that they have this beautiful energy of yours to work with. Your happiness, your joy, your faith, your trust. And even though I do see, you know, that there has been like a struggle to maintain this gratitude, please, it's like that's the whole reason that your spirit team is talking to you right now. They're saying that it's working. Do not let your heart be troubled. Do not faint. Do not faint. Look, do not faint. They want you to say things to yourself like, I am victory itself. I am wealth itself. I am health itself. I am always making hopeful connections. And I am also a great asset for others to connect with as well. I am a beautiful addition to this great exchange that is love, purpose, and divinity. Yes, they want you to talk well to yourself. Look, shadow. That is how you fight the shadow. Don't you understand that that's how you do shadow work? Like, when a lot of people get lost in shadow work because they think that they're just supposed to focus on every negative thing that they've ever done in their life and just face it and admit it. But that's not where it ends. That's only where it begins. Believe me, I know. I am a shadow worker. You know, and the only way you can become a shadow worker is to become impeccable with your word. Because your word is what's going to reignite the flame when the woes of life come raining down with the intentions of putting out your light. You have to become the light. That's how you move the shadow, is by knowing who you are. You are a divine child of the Most High God. You have the authority to call the light in. You have the authority to move shadows. Okay, you do. You have this authority. And your angels want you to continue to focus on this gratitude. Focus on saying thank you. Focus on the things that you love about yourself. When those thoughts start coming up to plague you, they want you to speak life over it. Speak life to yourself. Speak life into your heart. This is solar plexus activation for you. Prosperity begins. And look, the chariot on the bottom, there's material harvest after that. Stand your ground after that. Yes, stand your light and shine. Okay, because there is nothing more important than being happy. Do you understand? That's what we fight for. That's what we're all praying for. That's what this collective energy of fear is coming from. It's coming from the fear that we might not ever truly get to be happy, that we might not ever truly come together. But I'm telling you right now, as long as enough of us believe that the power of love is stronger than any hate that can ever exist, and that the power of love is strongest when we are connected to one another, when we are hopeful for one another's upliftings and upcomings and successes and happiness. Like, we've got to want it for each other. Okay? We've got to help each other. We've got to illuminate spaces for people if we can, you know? Now, if they want to reject your light, then you know what to do. You've got to walk away. You can't. That's trespassing at that point. If they don't want to take the light, they don't want to accept the love, then you can love from a distance, okay? And be waiting with open arms when they come back to their senses, when they've left the shadow, when they're ready to come back to the light, come back to love. Okay, you just maintain your light. You maintain your vibration. You stay in this space of gratitude, because I'm hearing abundance. I'm hearing so many beautiful things. Let's see. I want to use the animal deck. I really love the animal decks. Let's see. Final advice from Spirit, or final words from the Most High God. What's your final words, God? Most High God, Divine Mother and Father. What is the last thing you want to say to the one who is watching? Bring a gentle touch. Oh, I love it. Bring a gentle touch. Be kind to yourself. Shine the light. The shadow work does not need to be so heavy that you can't climb out of that space, you know? It's okay to ask for assistance. If you need my assistance, you need to get in touch with me. My information is in the description. And if you feel compelled to, work with anybody, like if you have a therapist and that therapist doesn't fit right now, then you know what to do. You need to make changes. You need to face the truth that it's just not a good fit. And there's no need for hard feelings. And that is for any situation that may be wearing you down, any relationship, any connection that may be causing you anxiety or causing you to not focus on the light, to not focus on your things to be grateful for, because you have a lot to be grateful for. A lot. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. I just want to pull one more. And we have the owl spirit. With you see clearly now. And I truly believe that you do. The owl, you know, that's night vision right there. That's perfect foreshadow work. You can see clearly. You can see through the darkness. Okay? You're illuminating spaces that your, you know, the demons that have been, I don't even want to say that, but you know that there are adverse energies out here that don't want to see the chosen survive. They don't want to see the chosen make it. Those energies, they are humbly starting to back away because you are stepping all the way into your power. You're finally recognizing how strong you've been all along. It's like I'm seeing a horse jump a fence, like a horse recognizing how big and powerful it actually is and just leaving, escaping, being free, being happy, living your life, and letting your light shine. Wow, that's so beautiful. I hope that this message has been of some assistance for you. If it has, let me know, and we will talk again soon. Bye.